This week in the Healthy Habits course, we're going to be talking all about the planning process when it comes to getting your food ready for the week. There are 3 steps to success here. So the first is going to be plan, which is what we're talking about today. Then it's going to be going shopping and then actually prepping the food in order to get you set up for the week. So to get started, there are a few things to think about when we are talking about the plan. The first one is planning your week out. So do you have any nights that you are staying late at work, or you have kids' soccer games or things like that? When are you going to be doing your workouts? There's a lot of things that are going to be happening each week that are variable from week to week that we need to look at and decide if we need to make any tweaks in our food prep, our training, our lifestyle in order to stay on track. The next one is, what meals are we actually prepping? Do we need every single meal, or are we going to be home to cook dinner? The next is personalizing our food list, which we'll go over soon. Actually creating your meal plan and then going shopping. So we're going to dive into each one of these. The first one is planning your week. So if you see in the bottom right-hand corner, there are a few steps to help you do this week by week. Last week, we talked about time blocking and how to prioritize your week to fit in the things that we love and that matter most to us. So on top of right now, we're focused on our nutrition and our exercise, we still want to have family time. We still have obligations like work and other things that we need to attend. So time blocking is very helpful to get an understanding of what we're doing and where we have time to fit in the things we want to do. So once you have an idea of your time blocking for the week, the first step is going to be filling in your workout times. So look at your schedule and fill those in under the workout tab for week 1. After that, where are you going to be able to do set about 30 minutes to do your planning for the week? What foods you're going to be eating, make your grocery list, things like that. When you find that, you're going to put a star by that day. Once you've completed your meal prep, you can check the box for meal prep, and then in order to keep you on track throughout the week, every single day that you complete the plate method, or as close to it as you can, you're going to put a check mark under Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so on and so forth. So this weekly habit tracker is something that would be very helpful that you print out and put on your fridge. So it is in front of you. Not only do you see it, but your roommates, your partner, your family can see what it is that you're striving for that week. And it'll hold you accountable, help them support you in the process as well. So step 1 is to figure out what your week looks like. Step 2 is going to be figuring out what meals are you actually prepping. So some of us like to sleep up until we leave, or we have kids that we're prepping their lives for. And so sometimes it's hard to get our own breakfast in. So we need something that's quick. And in that case, we'd put a check mark by we need meal 1 also prepped. Some of us have time in the morning to cook breakfast. Maybe have time to cook dinner, but we need to figure out what meals we're actually prepping ahead of time for. You'll notice here that I don't have breakfast, lunch, dinner posted on here. I like to think of them as meals. Sometimes when we put the title breakfast, lunch, dinner, it kind of narrows us into a box of food types or food sizes or quantities to eat. So if we try to make them even across the board, as in the first meal you eat when you wake up, and then the snack you have to hold you over before the next meal, then another snack to hold you over to the next meal, and then the post-workout is your post-workout nutrition. So on the days that you're working out, are you having a protein shake after? Are you eating some fruit or anything like that after your workout? If so, that might be something you need to prep for if it's something you're on the go. So next step is figuring out what meals you need to prep. And then from there, we need to personalize our food list. So from here, you'll see the food list that we sent to you guys last week. When making your meals for the week, we want to make it as easy on the eyes as possible. So if you go through your list and cross out the foods that you don't like or that you might have allergies or intolerances to, it'll help your eyes pick out the other foods a lot easier and quicker as you're going through this process. So step one is to cross out what you dislike or your food intolerances. And then next, we're going to actually go plan our meals. So you have your create your own meal plan worksheet where we have our plate method here, where half our plate is non-starchy vegetables. We have a quarter grain, starches, and fruits, and another quarter of it being protein. So our goal for the week is to take that food list and just fill out these plates as best as possible. I understand that we may not be eating the same thing every single day, and that's totally fine. But by creating at least one full day, you will have at least the components to kind of mix and match throughout the week in order to make your taste buds come alive and make it feel a little bit more exciting throughout the week. So you'll go from a blank create your own meal, and then you'll move over. Like for this one, the meal plan is an omelet and berries, a taco bowl, meat and veggies, and then for their snacks, they have a fruit and veggie dip and a turkey roll-up. If you're one of those, sometimes it's really hard to get creative as it relates to looking at this food list and coming up with meals or things that go together. If so, no big deal. We have a recipes page. If you go to Pinterest and look up Live Athletic Recipes, there are hundreds of recipes on here that will help give you ideas of whether they're snacks, healthy crock pot or Instapot meals, and things like that are all fairly quick and simple. So that way, hopefully that will also help you spice it up. From there, once we've created our entire food list, then we got to transport it over to our grocery list so we can actually go grocery shopping. Thankfully, it's already centered for us. We already have all of our non-starchy vegetables on the right-hand side of our plate, so we just write all of those down. This is also your opportunity to get a little bit more specific, to kind of think through how many stalks of celery do I need? Do I need a whole stalk for every day? Or am I planning on eating 1 to 2 stalks, but not the whole bunch of celery every day? So you'll create your grocery list. And there are some ways that we can make that a little bit more simple. So there are a few helpful apps. If you're like me and you create this beautiful grocery list, and then as soon as you get to the grocery store, you realize that your grocery list is still sitting on the counter where you left it, sometimes these apps can be very helpful because 9 times out of 10, we have our phone on us. And so that way they can hold all the information we need in order to actually get through the day. So the first one is Pinterest, which we already talked about, where we have tons of recipes for you to look up. The next is MyFitnessPal. This can serve as another way to create your own meal plan. So instead of using the 3 meal plates and 2 snack plates, you could use MyFitnessPal to plug in your meals every week, and then that way you have an electronic version. And then your Wunderlist would serve as your grocery list. So what that would look like would be the MyFitnessPal. This is the same meals that you saw on the plates previously, but it's just in an electronic form. All right, so you can plug everything in. Sometimes by doing this too, it'll help alert you to see if you're overeating or undereating, which we'll dive into a little bit more as far as the quantities coming soon. But MyFitnessPal is a really great way to also log your food digitally if the pen and paper is not the way you want to go. And then from there, you just hop into, we like Wunderlist, but there's tons of checklist, grocery shopping list apps out there. What I really like about Wunderlist is it's easy to share with friends and family. So I can tell my roommate or my partner if I'm going to the grocery store, if they need anything, to just add it to the list. And then it's a lot easier and more transparent to kind of get things done. So you can share with friends and family. It's really easy to update on the go. If on the way to the grocery store I think of something else, I can add it. And then it's also hard to forget because it's on my phone. So I won't leave that darn grocery list sitting on the counter, which is wonderful. So recap as it relates to planning is we have to understand what our week looks like first and then build from there. So I highly suggest printing out this weekly habit tracker. You'll have to print it out once, put it on your fridge, in your bathroom, wherever you are going to spend some time every day and you're going to see it every single day and help keep you on track, as well as help your friends and family around you support you through the process, and hold you accountable to the things that you're working on. As always, if you have questions, send me a text or email and we will get you guys situated.